Hi, I'm Emily Wenzel with K-Pop Pilates and Wellness. I'm not just hanging out. I am going to show you a few exercises that will help with opening up through the heart and the chest and shoulder mobility and also the spinal mobility. So we're going to start here with the spinal mobility. Palms I've got facing shoulder blades back. Hopefully you've seen one of our previous messages about holding frame and finding your neutral pelvis. So you're going to find your neutral pelvis where the hip bones are pointed upward instead of tilting or extending forward or back, and then draw the abdominals towards the center and inward and upward. So you want to hold frame as we're doing this. And you can have the palms facing down or up. I'm going to preferably cue you to have the palms facing up to encourage more of that shoulder rotation and opening. So you'll take an inhale breath here, and we're going to move the legs. The left ankle is going to come on top of the right, and the knees move. And you really want to bring everything in one unit together. So I'm catching myself. My left hip wants to stay pulling back. So I want to invite it to move with the right. Now I'm only going to move as far as I can before this left shoulder starts to hike up and try to come up towards my ears. And you want to avoid the ribs popping up here. And take an inhale breath. You could gaze to the opposite side and exhale through this left side body. Take one more inhale breath. And on your exhale, you're going to use your abdominals to move the legs over instead of just swaying the legs just mindlessly. So we'll take an inhale in the start position and exhale, sway the legs over to the opposite direction, stacking the ankles and the knees. Improper position would be something like this, staggering the feet, ankles, and knees like so. So you'll feel the difference. And you're gonna gaze to the opposite side. So take an inhale breath here. And then on your exhale, knit the ribs in, draw the abdominals to the center line so you can come back to your start position. Inhale and exhale, swaying over, gaze the opposite side, make your adjustments and your arrangements. Inhale and hold. Exhale, knitting the ribs in. Be mindful to use your abdominals to come back to center. One more, inhale breath. And exhale, nice and fluid movement, ankles stacked, feet stacked, knees stacked. Hopefully my form is nice and proper. Inhale, and then exhale, coming back to center. Real quick, I'm gonna show you more advanced. Back should be connected into the mat. You might have your own space in that lower back. And you'll take an inhale breath, and on the exhale, you're gonna sway and move the legs over just slightly to one side, gaze to the opposite without straining the opposite shoulder, or either shoulder for that matter. And you wanna feel the right side body holding the legs a little bit more. And take an inhale breath, and then with your exhalation, you're gonna push the legs over to the side, and then sway to the opposite side. It might not look like I'm doing very much, but it's nice and challenging. And then gaze to the opposite side. Avoid the ribs popping up here. And inhale, hold, and then use your abdominals to come back to center. So you would do a few more repetitions of those. So then we're just gonna let everything go here, kind of wiggle it out. So now let's go to the shoulder mobility. You're gonna take your right arm, we're gonna bring it up towards the sky, and then on the exhale, we're gonna move over to where the legs are gonna form into a chair position, and you wanna feel a little space underneath this left side body and reach this right arm in line with the left. So on the inhale, you're gonna open and gaze and follow at this hand. Now you're only gonna go as far as you can without collapsing here if the hips move and the knees move away from each other. They're buddies, they wanna stay together. So for me, this is about where I can go. And again, avoid popping the ribs. So a nice big inhale, creating more space here, and then exhale, close in. And reaching the fingers on top of each other. So an inhale, gazing back, opening up through the heart. And the exhale, back to stacking the shoulders and stacking the fingers. And I'm gonna show from the other side too. So we're gonna make our chair, plus I don't want my other side to be jealous. If you need support for the head, make sure you've got that, and you've got this little space hopefully underneath the side, because if you dump into this right side, everything's gonna shift in, and then the form will be off. So you're gonna reach, stacking the fingers, and then inhale and open. Find where you can go without collapsing out of it, then you're out of your frame of position, and then exhale back where you're stacking the fingertips. And one more, inhale, and exhale, knitting the ribs in, drawing everything back to center. And clearly you can do more repetitions of those. Those both feel really lovely. I'm Emily Wenzel. Thank you for joining.